tarot friends. Welcome to, I don't know what day it is. It's Monday, and I have another ghosty. Don't worry. I'm just, trying to stab this through. So this morning, I have fun things to report. If first my earring will cooperate. Chris is home. Okay. Part of my report is that I did well on my projects this morning. So anyone that was hanging out with me yesterday, I drew cards. I had people come and, bring a deck that they never use or rarely use, whatever. Okay, so, and then we all just did like our own questions, either like, why don't I use this deck? Or if people already knew that, they were just asking, whatever was good for them. How's my week going to go? Things like that. I asked, where do I start on my project day? Because I am, as you see, in the tarot room, which means Max is at school and Vela is hanging out at my cousin's house today so that I could get some things done around the house. So I took work off and I've just been plowing through a bunch of stuff. So my cards told me that the first project, don't mind me while I'm just cleaning up this table. This mess is just my happy little mess. It doesn't, it brings me like a little stress, but not like the rest of the house. So anyway, my cards told me to start in the playroom. And so I decided I was just going to list the pack and play. And I might have said like, get it out of there, which I don't know in the UK, like what you all call it, but it's just like a play yard, like a little travel crib kind of thing. So I can't remember if I said yesterday I was going to take it out of that room physically today and list it, but I'm not. All I did was list it. I took a photo, put it on a sale group. If it's not gone in a couple days, I'm just going to, give it away, like put it in the free group. So I did that. And then I also found another thing to list, like some face masks that I got during like the beginning of the pandemic. And then I didn't end up using that kind. So I posted those as well. I'm like, it's whatever, 10 or $15 for these 6 or whatever. They're like reusable. So I posted those 2 things. And I actually cleaned up a little bit of the playroom closet. And I found things that I have been asking Max about, because I'll send him up there to clean every once in a while. And then like, I don't check the closet. And today I looked in there, I like pulled bins out of the way. And because I had a baby carrier in there, and someone posted the other day in our county group asking if anyone had one. And then I forgot to get back to her. So anyway, I did that. And then that led me to find all these things that Max had like crammed in there. So we have a couple like shoe organizers that I had never used for shoes. They were brand new. I found them a couple of years ago. And I opened them up and I was like, I'll roll up like receiving blankets, like baby blankets, and put in there. So I opened up the closet to find the baby carrier for this lady, and it's there. And also just some like random toys are like shoved in there. This is like Max cleaning. Okay. I'm like, here's this puzzle I've been talking about. Like I have a Sesame Street puzzle from when I was little. Okay. It's vintage. And the pieces are on his bookshelf. And I'm like, where'd my puzzle board go? And he's like, I don't know. I think I cleaned it up. And I was like, okay, well, you got to find it, That's just like stuck in the closet. And also, he has taken all the blankets out. There's probably 10, and put them on the floor of the closet and put like one little Lego creation in one of the pockets. And then there's like a ball in another pocket. And then there's some like other random toy. Like, this is not, I'm like, no, this. So anyway, I found Max's like cleaning method, took care of that stuff, put the blankets back in there, took the random toys out. And then my cards told me yesterday that my second project was to be the master closet, which is like the bane of my existence. So I made huge progress in there today. It's not crisp pictures because I honestly I needed accountability. I'm like, okay, starting now, I'm in a closet. Here's what it looks like. So I made really good progress. I got rid of probably, I think 10 things went to trash and probably 50 pieces of clothing, maybe 60. Um, like a big box that's like overflowing. I have to write it up for like a donation slip still, and it'll be all folded and put in there, but it probably will be 2 boxes. So I'm going to say like 50 or 60 pieces of clothing that I am going to donate, and cleaned up some of the stuff on the floor and organized a few things. So huge progress. I just have to report because that was like our whole thing yesterday was like, I need to do these things. So I'm feeling super great about all of that. And I even left myself enough time to eat food before coming here. And I even came in and found the Archetype stack because it's always like stuffed under the table because we use it all the time. Like Marielle is down here and Archetypes, and the Alchemy deck was down here too, but I switched that over. So anyway, I came in here, made sure I knew where the book was, and it was buried a little bit, the book, because I used it for 54321, I believe. So I do these random tags, right? And then I have stuff like sitting out, like major favorites. When me and Chris did that way back, whenever that was, and I had like 6 cards that were still left out from major favorites, and I found Mindscapes, not Naturescapes. Remember yesterday we were talking about this. Anyway, when I showed you, excuse me, my allergies are kicking off again because it's getting warmer here again now. Big temperature change, and so now I can't speak again. So exciting. Anyway, Mindscapes. This is the picture, the Emperor, the great work, the Emperor and the Chariot that were on the front of my Benebelt planner last year. We were talking about yesterday. This is called Mindscapes by John A. Rice, and it's beautiful. So anyway, I put away major favorites. That's another thing. We're going to count it because I keep talking about that too. And yeah, I have our next archetypes ready to go. We're going to finish the tools, and we're going to start initiations. So we're like splitting the groups today. Let's go ahead and say hello to everyone. Chris is home. Donna's here. Amazing. Thanks for hanging out. Pamela is here, our sweet friend. Zane's here, hanging out with us on a Monday. Amazing. Yes, we are back in the tarot room. I thought, let's take advantage of this and pop back in here. Sandra's here. Hello. Thank you for being here. Thank you. I found this like the last time because I work on the closet like all the time. This is like making me look pretty big, I think, because it's patterny and giant. It's an extra large. I don't really need all this, but I want it to be cozy. And it has a pocket on the front too. See? Okay, but whatever. I found this the last time that I did like a big sweep of that closet. This time was a lot better though, because you can actually see, like last time I just made it worse, but it was like that stage of it, but then I have to leave it for a month because like I don't get the opportunity, you know what I mean? So it just drags out. But anyway, I found this last time I was up there cleaning and it was still just in the pile of stuff. Yeah, it's nice. It's like a thin little sweater hoodie. And it's very cold in this room. So I had to do something about that. So what we're going to do is check our phones because B sent me something. Oh, comments on Sunday Fun Day. Okay, so anyway, let's have a sip. I'm on to the ice water now. I probably will either make an afternoon coffee to take when I go pick up Vela, or I will just grab one, a fancy one when I get her. Don't know. I should just keep pounding the water because of this stupid allergy situation. Okay, let's just start with finding our cards because I haven't done that. I found the deck in the book, and you should be grateful that I'm not making you sit through that right now. We had been using a slice. Chris is having pizza for dinner, which sounds amazing. Yeah, that works. And so we'd been using like transient light for a while. We used Tarot of the Abyss for a while. What did I do with that? I had that the other day. Maybe it was in the first bag. I also have like decks in 2 bags that I've been taking down the stairs the last 2 times. Those are not loaded back up here yet. But I think what we'll do is use Zane's Oracle, which is in the cover photo. Because that one, I mean, it works well with everything, but I always think of his Oracle deck now when I think about these because we used it so many times for that. So I think let's do Transient Light and Taupe Witch Oracle. Zane's deck is in a Kelly bag. This one. I think it's in here. Does this look familiar? I don't know. Tan and blue with a lantern? Snap. I have the old school backs. Yeah? Okay. Let's just get out the decks. Pretty. Okay. Let's do that. My stomach is like very noisy for no reason. Okay. Jen is here. Jen of many names. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Donna says, I'm looking forward to the release of the mini Archetypes deck. Okay, so I saw you post this right at the end of the live yesterday, and I didn't even look at it because I just, got upstairs and started making dinner, but that's pretty exciting. I was shuffling Mons Tarot earlier, and I thought, man, I wish I had the pocket version of that, and then I'd sell that one off, but man, I don't know. I want it to be just different cardstock altogether. Again, if you were hanging out yesterday, you know that I'm getting more and more irritated with cardstock. My early videos would be like, if I really love the deck, like I don't care what the cardstock is all about. But now, no. That was terrible. Let's try it again. Comes in a cute little round tin. Oh my gosh. I just don't want to break. I mean, not break, but like bend my cards, This one needs to warm up a little bit. Cards are cold, poor things. So yeah, anyway, minis are great, or pocket editions or whatever, especially for things that start out as large as Mons Tarot, because it's just ridiculous. Why can't I do this? I'm scared of it. Friends hanging out. Though, because I don't get to do this very often, I've already freaked out like 3 times and looked at the clock, even though I just got on, because like the kids aren't here, and I'm like, oh my God, where are they? Or do I need to leave to go get them or whatever? I have to remind myself to relax. Okay. Here we go. This feels better. Still not like great though. But it's all me. My hands are kind of, I don't know. I'm cold. The cards are cold. I feel like pulling one to start us off. It's the best. It's the best. Look at that. This one kind of like scooched itself out when I first started shuffling. So nice. Little love to start off our time together today. So then we'll get transient light out and shuffle that a bit. Okay, so Chris is having pizza. I'm drinking water. Is anyone else sipping or eating? Okay, that was better. I'm just going to take that. Good grief. Anyone else have food or drink updates? What you got going on? Okay, do I want it this way? All right, so I'll put this just back in the bag and set it over here. I just wanted to give them a little warm up, literally. Can't even riffle for my life right now. Okay. I think I'm gonna knock this whole thing over with my sleeve or no? No. Are you kidding me? Come on. Okay, we did it. Ooh, Sandra's got Pepsi Max Cherry. That sounds so good. Oh, I edged this. I forgot. I used 2 different Sharpies, a gold and like a copper. Oh, hold on. People are reporting. Oh, dinner is heating in the oven. Zane has caramel coffee. That's what I might grab if I get one on the way to get the Little Princess. So anyway, I edged these in gold and copper Sharpie. There, you can kind of see the light on it a bit. It's great. I haven't had this out in a while. Hence forgetting I had edged it. I mean, most of these I haven't had out in a while, but. Oh, Jen, coffee here at 4:20 in the morning, but let's face it, that would be my answer no matter what time you asked. Yes. Okay, so let's shuffle these a bit. See, now these aren't even really lending themselves to riffling, are they? No, they're not. Like Zane's deck is riffleable for sure, but this one's not. Not for me anyway. And this one I do love, and it doesn't matter. Chris says, Deanne, I'm going to show you this. Dinner time is never relaxing anymore. It's because you got... Yeah. See how it is? Now you can't do shit. Yeah. Oh my God, that looks so good, first off. Do you want me to show the group? You're going to have to let me know. Yeah, there's always a kid with their face on your plate. 4:20 a.m. That's my sign to medicate, says Zane. Yeah, you're not going to have relaxing dinner. You're not going to have relaxing dinner unless you like go on a date night. That's what happens now. It's your life. Oh wait, what am I doing? I'm like looking at my text messages. Look at this cuteness. Puppy wants pizza. Okay. This can go over here now. Okay. Why is everything upside down? I can't have it like that. All right, then we'll really get started. So we have our decks out for the end when we draw these things. We have our book, and now let's go ahead and look for cards. We will do that. Pamela says, I never met a dog who didn't love pizza. Yeah. Vela always wants what I have, and then she'll try it, and she's like, no. Puts the back of her hand up. Mommy? Like, yeah, baby, I'll share with you. Give her a bite. No. Okay. Just go on with your bad self then. Enjoy your goldfish crackers. Oh, that child. I tell ya. Why am I shuffling? I'm looking for the thread and Eros. Hello, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Welcome to Archetypes. That's what we're doing today. I feel a little bad. I mean, not bad enough to change anything, but someone had commented on one of these archetype videos and was like, oh, I wish you would have done these, pre-recorded. It's just there's so much rambling and side conversations when it's live and you're talking to everyone. And I was like, I'm sorry. I didn't say sorry. I don't think. I was like, oh yeah, I can understand that might not be, what you're looking for. I think, I don't know who, Lennon Smith has an art and archetype series. I can't remember what suggestion I gave the person at that time. But I was like, yeah, I wanted it set up to, be back and forth and to have people's opinions and their experiences with archetypes, because that's my goal was just to like bring it down to, the practical level and be able to use it. I mean, it's nice to read pretty passages in a book and look at the images, but then how do we relate to the card? Where is it present or absent in our lives? Like all this stuff. And I was like, I can understand that. Here's a couple, one or two suggestions for pre-recorded archetype videos. What I wanted to do was really, just have conversations about it. So I could go back and do recorded, versions, but anyway. Kristen's here hanging out at the car repair shop. Thank you for checking in with us. Hamlet says, I have a nephew who lived on chicken nuggets for the first 18 years of life. Like, you may or may not be exaggerating with that. Vela's not that picky, but she's just in a phase right now where she's kind of, past few months, really, she's been less versatile. Remember back in the day when I used to color the back of these? This one stuck a little bit, but I mean, it looks cool. Way back when we used to choose a color at the end. And I was like, I can't keep up with this life. Have you seen my closet? Okay. We have Eros out, and now we're just looking for the thread. Trying. The Starborn, man, I just really love these. Okay, I have started reading the Alchemy, Kim Crane's Alchemy deck book. I've pulled cards a couple of times, but anyway, I posted one day in the group, found it, a little passage about a sculpture that Kim Kranz was working on. She was in Michigan for her art schooling, by the way, up at Interlochen up north. I've been there. It's beautiful. And anyway, it talks about, her schooling there and her mentor, like her favorite person. And there's a quote in there about the sculpture she was working on for like her graduate project or whatever it was. And yeah, it made me cry. A lot of things make me cry, but I love Kim Kranz, her writing especially. So anyway, I found the thread. And Eros. Yes, and Zane says, I forgot one of the archetypes is Eros perfectly paired with that love card. Yes, and let's just see if it happens to come up again later. Okay, so let's go back to Jen's story. Hubby made a rod for his own back when he started feeding one cat so she'd like him. Now he's surrounded by 6 every dinner time, and I sit beside him peacefully enjoying my dinner. Okay, well, Ryan sits peacefully by and no one bothers him for his food because he just calmly tells them no and they are like, okay, walk away. I mean, Max doesn't ask for other people's food these days, of course, but playing the mom card again. That's what they do. All right. Putting these other cards away so we can focus. So I'm interested to see, because when I see a red thread, of course, there are a lot of thread mythologies, references, all of this. But whenever I see red thread and like the concept about like being connected to someone wherever they are in the world, like by this red thread, right? There's this this mythology surrounding that. And I always think about the Bjork song. I don't know what it's called, but I've mentioned it before. And let me just see if that's what she references in the book as well. And if it's not, then I'll find it at the end. But here we have our final tool. So we have the thread. Very interesting. I see like all kinds of different things in the background too. And there's a rainbow at the top, just like our love card. See, already we're back into Archetype's vibe, like pairing with perfectly with everything that we pull out here. So here's the thread. Okay. I like to give you a good long time to look at these. So where's the top of this? Arrows. Like that. It's weird. It's like on both sides. Okay. Anyway, let me focus. Tony's here. Hello. Okay, so we have our last, the gem, the ring, the nectar. Someone's talking to me. Oh, the baby carrier lady. Let me get back to you, she says. That's fine. Take your time. The sword, the prayer. Oh, we're close. Okay. The thread. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. That's not the reference she gives, because remember, there's like a go deeper, and she puts like a song or a painting or a book for every single card, which I think is great. Okay, how do we do this? I just read it out. The thread, the path, the vein, the circuit. Life is a tangle. So much happens simultaneously and circuitously. Is that how you say that? I'm an English major. Leaving us grappling for meaning and direction in a network of distractions. When we connect to the energy of the thread, however, we strike the deepest vein in the body. Our whole being responds to its tug. Meaning is pumped through our bloodstream. Our mind and spirits are lifted. We remember who we are and what we came into this world to do. Though this happens on the most profound level, it could be the simplest incident that activates the thread. A song, an image, a conversation heard in passing. No matter how confusing and multi-layered our modern lives become, if we are connected to the thread, we are free. That's interesting. Being tethered to it is the only anchor our heart requires. Like being connected to something to be free. Semi-related, we looked at Connected and Free Oracle yesterday. Zane says, I really need to pull this deck out of my purgatory box. Did I just leave you for so long that now you're you're getting rid of it? Okay. You may think you have to find the thread and pull it. Imagine, though, that it's already tied around you, waiting for you to follow it home. Recall a moment in your life when you felt fully alive. The thread is waiting for you amid the details of that memory. When light, the circuit of meaning within chaos. When dark, binding, frustrating, taut. To go deeper, the sculptures of Eva Hess. Eva Hess? I don't know. Oops, not typing anything. Okay. So there's that. The final tool. And then I'm going to look to see how this is positioned in here, because the initiations seem to have not a top and a bottom, but okay, so she has it like this. I just want to see what she considers upright. No, this one probably doesn't matter, but I just want it just how it is in the book. So here's Eros. Let me hold this and read. How about that? So this is one of the forms of love. So this is love as desire, eroticism, sensuality. Though Eros can be depicted as unbridled sexuality and eroticism, a more contemplative understanding of this archetypal energy leads us to the root of desire itself. What do we long for? Why are we awakened by love? What makes us hesitate in the face of intimacy? Eros reconnects us with the primal longing to merge with another human being, nature, music, art, plants, food, or anything that we perceive we are separate from. Eros allows us to momentarily unite. Our heart embraces otherness, and in doing so, we further understand our own. Our life force awakens. This card reveals an inevitable initiation into love's labyrinth. You may find yourself swirling in a new territory of desire and sensuality. Explore the labyrinth with a curious and honest heart, and remember, though the way is circuitous, why that word, circuitous? That's right, though, right? You are always being led toward its center. So this doesn't sound unlike the thread, which probably is why she ended with that one and then went into this initiation. Interesting, right? When light, nope, I'm going to read these margins first. Plato reminds us that Eros can be experienced as platonic love. It is activated when we witness beauty and truth in the world and when our barriers soften. And I like that. I like it opening up, you know what I mean, to more than just a sexual experience, which there's nothing wrong with that, but it opens it to other desires, because you can still have primal desire to other things, you know what I mean, to a friend. Yes, this is a mouth. The Hindu goddess Lalita, she who plays, can help activate Eros energy. She is also known as Kameshvari, Empress of Desire. And when light, passion, playfulness, and sexual health. Playfulness, that was the other part I was trying to remember. When dark, madness, projection, obsession. So it's interesting to think about those, because I don't think those are as obvious as other like shadow parts of cards, right? So madness, projection, and obsession are the dark aspects of this. And then to go deeper, Love Sonnet, some Roman numeral by Pablo Neruda. Was it 6? No, 5. It's 9? Hold on, I'm gonna look things up in a minute. Oh, Chris says I'm saying it correctly. Okay, thanks. To go deeper, Love Sonnet Whatever by Pablo Neruda and Basket of Figs by Ellen Bass. Okay, so these were both talking about connection, right? One to self, one to the self and others, both talking about the circuitous nature of things and I think I said desire. Like finding your way through, talks about the labyrinth, right? Both of these kind of have that in common. Like finding your particular path within these concepts. Let me find what that song is because there's a video. Okay, let me do some sloppy Google searching. Bjork Red Thread video. Because I feel like there's a fabric. I've also wanted to choreograph this before, and so I can't remember if it's, we've looked it up before. See, this is another one, but that's not what I'm thinking. Dang, I've looked this up before. It's not Cocoon. That's what's coming up, and it's not that. But there's another one where she uses red thread. Maybe it's more like fabric in the one I'm thinking. Is it all in my head? It's not because we looked this up before. Someone told me before what it was in a chat. She wears a lot of red, so like a lot of things are coming up. Okay, maybe if I can think about the lyrics, it will get me there because something about the devil. I'm done. Oh, the devil collects it and the devil. She's talking about like the devil collects the thread between them. It's called Unravel. Hold on, we're getting somewhere. Okay. I can't play it, but I'm going to look it up and type it to you. So it's called Unravel. And I think there's like a live version or something where she uses this red fabric. Okay. I'm not going to cry on YouTube today. My heart comes undone. Slowly unravels. It's a gorgeous song. Okay, you should listen to it today. Made ball of yarn. Maybe it's all in my head what I want to choreograph, but I don't know. With a grin. Okay. Elizabeth Hurley. What? He'll never return it. So when you come back, we'll have to make a new one. Oh, God. Okay. I want to see. Thanks for bearing with me. It's worth it. Trust me. Because you're going to watch this video unravel. live. In Berlin. Oh, wait, it's that one. Okay, hold on. You'll thank me. You'll thank me. No, it's not this. Nope, not at all. Rude. That was a cover. Get out of here. Unravel. Okay, I'm going to stop. Came back in on Red Devil Woman and went to films. Okay, no, you're fine. I'm going to stop with the Bjork obsession right now, but just look up Unravel and listen to the song, and it's amazing. And maybe I will find the version I'm thinking about. I think it was a live version, and like she had this red fabric. Again, might be fever dreams I'm having in my head. Okay. Carrying on. It's very much feels like this to me, though. Okay, that's what I think about every time that I hear that song. Let's draw cards. And if you all have things to add about how these archetypes play out or don't in your life, or how you think about them, or if you have other references, I'm going to go back because someone did. Pamela did. And Sandra's saying that's rude. When I was talking about the comment, someone left. I mean, it's fair enough, but yeah, to leave a comment about it, to leave a comment and say, like, she could have said, you know, oh, I would love a pre-recorded version of this so that it's just you, giving out the information. Like, I don't know. And she put in caps so much. There's so much extra conversation and rambling and all this. And I'm like, well, yeah, because I just come here to hang out. This is selfish. It's not really for the masses. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Best anime film is Your Name by Kamiki. It's about that red thread. Okay, there we go. And I feel like we've talked about this before when the red thread has come up in Trinity Tarot. Yeah. So should we use that one today instead? Okay. Let's pull zany cards to go with a thread and Eros, one for each. So what we were doing before, no, we did tarot first. Let's do this because it's silly not to with a thread. So still an Ari Wisner? It's like my name but with an S. We say Wisner. We're going to use Trinity instead because there's a red thread in it. And then, so we had been using the tarot cards to say, how can I dive into, how can I use this archetype in my life? How does it contribute to me, or how can I contribute to it, kind of thing? And then the outcome was the oracle. So we will stick with that. I did look that up the other day to make sure that I was sort of staying with our format. Drop half the deck. Put it back in the pile. This little square deck is so nice to overhand shuffle. I will say that. All right. So for the thread, how can we use this, or how does it show up? Oh, it's okay. It's real life. It's real life. So interesting, these cards, how they work every time. Okay, so we didn't get any red thread cards. However, we have the Five of Swords with the thread. And look at that. Don't you just think that those work really nicely together? So first off, I love this depiction of the Five of Swords with the one in the sun. And then I also like that that one sword is in the center, like the red thread. Um, so is there one connection that's so like heightened or like exalted over these others? This is what's making me think of, there's one that's the most, like, think about the connection. Maybe this is to the self, like it was talking about, right? That you connect to, um, because in the Kim Krans book, she's talking about connecting to yourself. Recall a memory that, you know, that made you feel the most alive. And she's talking about the red thread that you are connected to, that it's there and it's waiting for you to feel reconnected. And what I always think is about how it connects us to other people, to many other people. And so my whole like obsession with the Bjork song is about that, is about that connection to someone else. And is there slack in it or is it taught? She's talking about the dark aspects. If it's taught, then it's not the best. So, um, this is highlighting like the one connection that's most important, like connect to yourself first, and then you can find these other connections. I'm just looking at it in how this looks, right? This is what's coming through for me right now. But please share your ideas. Is the sword cutting the thread? And that was another initial thought. That was actually my first thought. And then my second thought was, is this, do we need to cut the things that are not working and focus on the one that's most important or whatever? So Chris and Sandra are talking about, is this a mountain? Um, it does look that way, but I don't think, what I think it really is, there's like a black cutout where the rope and the person's arm is. And then the rest of it is just like this, like the background. So, I mean, it's not really, I mean, maybe it is, but this extends down. This is all black. And then this is like the other background around it. Yeah. So I don't know. Negative thoughts or communication cutting our connections. Yeah. There's a lot here, I think. Trinity Tarot doesn't have a book, right? So it just says new visual interpretations. So it's, And then, so keep thinking about that. The thread that connects us can also separate us, yes, or get us entangled or keep us bound. Eros came up with the Fool. So that is interesting. Yeah. I mean, he looks particularly relaxed, content, right? Someone who's in that environment of whatever they desire, right? Like I mean, he looks like he's there, right? Interesting. Chris says, So yeah, I don't know if that one's supposed to be there or not. Let me go on to Oracle. Tony says, I need some of what he's experiencing. Yeah, good stuff. someone said, one of those is going in my basket this season. Just need to decide which Zane deck to choose. Definitely tarot. I mean, don't count out this oracle because I love it so much. I have the Zany Tarot. Love that too. I used that sometime semi-recently, 54321 Tarot, when I did Decks by Friends. Anyway, do you have any? Do you have any Zane decks? I'm just telling you, this oracle is very balanced. It's really super useful for like anything. Jonathan's here. Hello. Oh, thank you. This came from my closet that I was working on today. I actually found it last time that I did a phase of cleaning my closet and decided to wear it today because it's freezing in this room. The Fool and Eros, experiencing all the pleasures and things in life that might be deemed taboo without any of the giving a fuckery that comes with it, unapologetic. Yeah, it looks very, yeah, that's a beautiful summation. He doesn't care what you think. Okay, so then an oracle for, before I had phrased it, if we move into this energy for the thread, if this is the suggestion for how we best use this right now, how we use or utilize the thread, if we move into that Five of Swords concept in relation to that, then what would the outcome be? And likewise, if we move into the Fool energy when considering Eros, then what would the outcome be? So that's what our oracle is going to tell us. Okay. Okay, we're going to double up on this energy for, we're starting with Eros because it's too good, y'all. How does it go? It's always too good. Archetypes always is like this. Yeah. It's like the same guy. I mean, really, really. Go ahead and tell me how amazing that is. Tell me. Shipping has gotten ridiculous. Oh, MPC. It really is. I can understand that. Healing experience, right? So let us not be just distracted by the man because Chris, I think, read the word. So this is the Star card. And there's a bowl that's like what's reflecting at the bottom. But like, look at all the little sparkle stars above our Trinity guy. And then we have the Star card. So yes, healing is, to put words to this. Thanks, Chris. And like this little spot in the bowl reminds me of like the diamond in the mouth. Yeah. Let me just cover it up with my hand. I need more hands for archetypes. right? That reminds me of this. Incredible. Okay. Like, what is going on outside? I wish I had my wand so I could reach the curtain. This is crazy. I want to know what's happening out there. Hear a large vehicle. I can't. I can't look. Okay. Then this, you're going to get more songs as homework. So the thread and the Five of Swords and the desert. So that makes me feel like, so as an outcome, if we cut away, it depends what you think, right? As most things do, depend on what you think. It's 2:00. I've got time. Okay. So if you follow this and you say that something needs to be cut away in order for you to find your red thread feeling again, then you are going to feel like you're out in an expansive, open thing. Now, that could be freeing, right? She said when you're connected, then you're free again. So this could be freeing, but it also could feel lonely. But again, if I'm putting that on it, like this is the suggestion for how to interact with the thread right now. And then this is the outcome. If we do that, if we cut something away, or if we make one thing the most important, then some other things are going to fall away. You may feel uncluttered, untangled, and like out free in this open space. And, or it might also feel lonely for a bit, but I feel like it's part of the process, right? So your song homework for the thread is Unravel by Bjork and Cold Desert. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Oh man. Okay. I want you to love it, okay? Cold Desert by Kings of Leon. That's your homework. Jonathan says, I feel that being out here on Maui, if I order from NPC, I have to get multiple decks to make it worth it. The shipping is often more expensive than the 2 decks. I get multiples from there, and I'm not even in Hawaii, so I definitely can understand going there. In the desert card, we could see clearly for miles as opposed to the darkness in the thread. Yes. And there is this sunrise, sunset, there's this softness to it, right? And so that kind of uncluttering of, Kim's entry opens up with, our lives are a tangle, right? Oh yeah, getting Orangey's deck over there. So yeah, this is great. I love this. Any questions? Anything else to add? Chris says desert looks like it has positives and negatives. It looks like a clean slate and very free. We can just breathe and enjoy the sunrise, but it's also very empty. Yeah. Although the Bay Hit is absolutely a favorite by Kings of Leon. Oh, yep, that's a tune. Okay. First off, Caleb Falwell is fine as hell. It's absolutely a favorite. I really love them, and Cold Desert is just, it hollows out your soul in the best possible way. Okay. Questions? Chris, did you look at your thread card to decide if that's mountainish? I mean, it does kind of look like that. I would say if that's what it looks like to you, and Sandra had thought that as well, I'd say, go with that, because it could be, like climbing up a mountain. What's your perspective of it? Is it, yeah, in the vertical. It's a fire and cider by the beach chill tune. I mean, it like, I don't know. Oh, you don't have to enjoy your pizza. I mean, you don't have to, but you're welcome to. Tony is chilling to that tune, and I'm like contemplating life. Like memories. It's kind of heavy, but I mean, a fire might make it, it would be cool to listen to. Oh, my pizza is long gone. Yeah, I thought as I said that, I'm like, well, it was an hour ago, so probably good. Jane is here. And Jonathan says, thank you so much for my reading. That sounds fun. Thank you for being here. It's okay. You can definitely watch it back and see what we've been doing. I can hold these cards up for you. I haven't shuffled them back in yet. So we talked about the thread. And then our tarot card to engage with the thread is the Five of Swords and this very interesting depiction. So we had some discussion about that. And then the desert as the outcome. So if this is about, even though the thread is about connecting and finding what connects you to your true path and all of this, and then potentially also other people, which is how I always think of it. If there's something that we need to cut away in order to better connect to our red thread, then we get to the desert, which could be seen as like this freeing open space where the tangle of the red thread has become non-problematic. It has gone, but it can also bring or feel lonely. And then we have Eros, which is like primal desire, playful base love. We have the Fool energy with that. That's our suggestion of how to engage with Eros at this time. And we talked about how content and like in the moment this Fool seems. And then the Star card, which looks incredibly like this same kind of Fool energy. And this Oracle, this is Zane, who's in the chat. This is Tokwitch Oracle that Zane created. By the way, Jonathan says, you listening to Bjork? Tony, I had my Echo play it. Oh. Doesn't look very mountainy at all, actually. Could be someone holding their hands together. Oh, I see. The shadow part. I got you. Mm-hmm. Interesting. I was kind of seeing it as like this void. Like there's stuff around. And it's like you're not even in it yet. You're in the void where you can't really tell if you're connected or not. That's what that felt like to me. And then eventually you'll get out to this part, this environment where you will feel something. This to me felt like you're walking through just total like desert, like not like you're not there yet. So like as if praying, yeah, with the hands in that shape, that could definitely be, that works. Oh, Kings of Leon. I love that you all are so on the music homework. Thank you. Because I mean it. I want you to do it. Oh, those are great songs. Amazing. All right. What do we think? What do we think? Any more thoughts for today? I don't want to leave you. Dang it. I want our red thread to stay. But it's a great day. I got so much done. And now my closet is at the point where if and when Vela takes her afternoon nap, like today she's not here, she'll probably sleep on the way home. But on my regular days, I usually take my lunch when she takes a nap, which would be like 1, 2, maybe even 3 o'clock. And then I feel now that my closet is in a state that I could like go up there and actually do 10 or 15 minutes of stuff while she's sleeping, come back and check on her, go do a little more. Whereas before it was so overwhelming, I couldn't even take little breaks to do it. I needed that 2-hour block that I spent this morning just digging through. So it's really great. That's great about today. Seeing you all is great about today. All right. Shall we say goodbye? What is today? It's Monday. I've asked that like a few times. I need to learn how to use pink paste to clean a dirty oven without scrubbing. I don't know what any of this is about. I don't know what that means. Without scrubbing. Do you all have self-cleaning ovens? Like, I don't know. Do you? It's been so fabulous catching you live, getting to chat with everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, I love you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out. Happy Monday. I will see you around. Maybe Sunday again. I don't know. We have a few, like Max is having kind of a late friend's birthday party on Friday after school. And then my family is coming over Saturday for a bit. So it might shift things around in our weekend, but who knows? I might be back on Sunday afternoon again. Maybe it's going to be a thing. But for now, I will let you go. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I will see you soon.